Pampered Stamper, and happy Monday to you. I hope that you are off to a good start with your Monday. And I also want to say hello to my Dutch followers. Hallo iedereen, ik ben zo blij dat je ook hier bent, dat je aanwezig bent met mij. Het is al hier middag, 4 uur. In Chatham, Ontario, it is 10 a.m., 10:01 actually. I'm squeaking in just, it was still 4 o'clock, but it was almost 4:01. I had to have a cup of coffee with Gerard, and I was busy in the garden today, and I had to clean my gardening hands because my fingernails were a little bit dirty. So, four people, I think, No, I saw three cards in the link. So, in the contest for the sketch challenge, be sure I've got it pinned to the top, so it's in the featured section of my Pampered Stamper page. So that's where you need to post the pictures of your card in that thread, okay? Because that's where I look for you. So the winner this week is Sherry, and I didn't write it down. So, but Sherry, I commented to tell you, and I don't hazard a guess. My brain is a little mush, and I forget your last name, but I know it's Sherry, and you won. So I will be sending you happy mail if you give me your address. So who is ready to make a cheer corner card with me? So I shared the sketch, and I'm going to share some measurements with you now because I find it super helpful for these strippy cards to have measurements. And I haven't yet said, for anyone who is new here, what exactly is cheer corner? Well, I started cheer corner, I would think, about 2 years ago, maybe more. Maybe some of you followers know better than I do. But Cheer Corner is a place where I make a card and you can nominate someone to receive the card for any reason. It can be a happy reason, it can be a sad reason. Um, and then I choose one nomination. So it's very helpful if you give me a reason why you're nominating the person, okay? In fact, without a reason, I won't pick your person. If I have a number of worthy candidates that I think, oh, that really tug at my heartstrings, then I will do a draw. I'll take all the ones that I think, oh goodness, this card fits them perfectly, because it's really hard to choose. That's it. So yes, together we can change the world one card at a time. I really believe in the power of happy mail. So let's move along. I'm going to switch my camera, and you're going to see my desk. And together I'm using the Mossy Meadow ink pad, and my Mossy ink pad, I think this is one of the ones that, look, it's not a very pretty one. It still worked. Stampin' Up! Did have a few issues with this color ink pad, and I think they did replace mine, and maybe I didn't want to throw this one out, so it came with the Holland, but it worked. Now, I had made this card in anticipation. This is not the card we're making today, but it is an interpretation of the sketch. And I'm going to use these measurements for the card today. So this card uses the zinnia, the flowering zinnias paper, which is an online exclusive. I forget where I wish I could make this better. I don't know. Anyway, I'll look it up, and I'll put the links in there, okay? But the look of a sentiment that's been stamped in Versamark and then in Boston white is always beautiful. It just pops right off the page. So this is actually a really simple card, and it uses one of my favorite products in the catalog. And if you've been following me for a while, you know what it is. And it's the Assorted Memories and More cards and envelopes. And there's 10 big ones and 10 small ones in there, just folded in half. And you know what? My dryer or my washing machine is beeping at me. And of course, this is Murphy's Law. I hate noises, and the thing just beeps randomly, I don't know how many. It's like a seatbelt thing, except not quite as bad. So every 30 seconds or so, I hear a beep again, and it's going to take everything in me not to get up and turn that thing off. Okay, so we have a large Memories and More card, and now that's the trick to the strips. These are all strips of paper, and I played around with them to see which one I wanted to put beside which. They all look nice together, but I wanted the airplane one to be in the middle. I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can have a look. I love mixing and matching paper, but I knew that I'd have a circle here, and I didn't want to cover up these airplanes. So in fact, I might make another change. I might move this one all the way to the end and put this one here, like so, because, let me look underneath my stuff here. We're using two stamp sets. The one is Adventurous Sky, and this is also the one that we're going to be using tomorrow when Natalie and I do our first Zoom together. So yeah, I hope that you join us for that. I'm looking for my other stamp set, but I think, aha, here we go. It is encircled in nature. So I wanted to, because on the sketch there's a circle, and I haven't used this. This is another online exclusive, and I thought it would be fun to make that branchy thing. So look at this. So that branch stamp has 2 dies that go with it. And you know what? I should probably show you how it works. Would you like that? Let me just take a look here. All right. Hello, Kathy Jean from Alberta. So nice to have a fellow Canadian here. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to show you a little trick. So this little thing, you can see how wobbly it is. So what you need to do, let me just make a bit of room here. Move this out of the way a little bit. You just lay this, without stuff sticking to it, lay it on your surface and then pick it up with a block. Now this block is just big enough. And then, let me find a scrap piece of paper. Ooh, that could be a problem. I'm hoping it fits on here. And if not, it will, look, I spilled something on that too. Does that seem familiar to you? Oh yeah, it's gonna fit. Good, 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 good. All right, we're gonna stamp it in copper clay. And here. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Now you'll see that there's a gap here. Okay, that's important. It's important to take note of the gap. Mind the gap. Anybody gone to London, England? When you go on the tube there on the subway, they always say mind the gap, because there's a little space between where you get off the subway and the platform, and they don't want you to step inside. Okay, so now look, there's 2. Oh, my hair is in here. There's 2 dies, and the die has a little tab. You see that tab? That tab is meant to go in the opening, so you don't go crazy trying to figure it out. And then it fits perfectly. So you first run that one through the die cutting machine, then you have an open space, but it's still on the card, because it's too tricky. I find it too tricky to do both at the same time without having to use some kind of tape, and I don't want to do that. I'm too lazy. So then the other one goes, again, in the gap. That little tab goes in the gap. See? So I'm just so happy that Stampin' Up! Did that. So I already did one. Let me just move this out of the way. Oh, and I ordered magnetic sheets. So now I have all my dies inside my case, which is just wonderful. Now this one came with 2 sheets of dies, so I was really happy to get them all on one in the inside. It just works. Okay, so we'll close that up and take a peek. I also used one other thing. I'm so sorry. I've used a bunch of different products here, but I did it on purpose because I wanted to have a circle with the stamps. When I stamped this, I realized there wasn't a die for the trees. So, oh goodness. Oh yeah, I found them. Sorry, I'm really hopping about today. These are the dies, and they are from Encircle. No, they're not from that. Wait till I don't want to guess. Spotlight on Nature. And look, there's 2 of these. Look how nice they are. These are really incredible dies. Hello, Ruth from New Brunswick. Wow, Betty. So I have 3 Canadians commenting in a row. Do you know how happy that makes me? I mean, I love my Dutch friends. I really do. But when I do my live videos, I get so many people that can't order from me. I get Americans and I get Australians, and I love them all dearly. But it makes my heart sing when I realize I'm also reaching Canadians. So happy to have you guys here. So these are the dies, and with the Spotlight on Nature, honestly, one of my favorite dies in the new catalog. I think this is one of the, you know how sometimes you buy things and you know you'll never ever get rid of them? This is one of those things. So I just tuck them. If the dies don't go with a certain set, if they go with everything, then I put them like this in my case. And I know we're not stamping yet. So that tells me what they are, and then I can see them. And I just, wait a minute. There's method to my madness. I put them in this way so that the flap is on the label so it doesn't get stuck in the dies. And then the dies are on that side and I can see them. Okay, so that's my little tip for today for storing these. Well, there, stuck. Good. All right, wonderful. So I have this, but now let's make our card. So we're starting with a large Memories and More card. And for this one, I just put them straight on the white card, and I love the look of that. Okay, but I thought when I make a second card using the same sketch, I like to switch it up a little bit. So I cut a piece of Knight of Navy, and it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I want to give you the centimeters as well. Because of course in Europe they often deal in centimeters, but the Memories and More cards are just in inches. I mean, you can measure them in centimeters, but it's about 10.4 centimeters by 15.6. Okay, 10.4 by 15.6. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put my card out of the way, and I'm just going to lay this out. So before I commit, like, it really does make a difference which order you put your pretty paper in. And my trimmer was a little dirty, so my cuts are a little ragged. It's not great, but you know what? We're going to go with that kind of look. We're just going to say that I wanted a more of a vintage, earthy look. Okay, so there's all the pieces. Oh yeah, I forgot something super important. The strips are 3/4 of an inch wide by 6 inches. Okay, 3/4 of an inch by 6 inches. Now that worked perfectly when I did it on the white card base. Now I'm not sure if it's going to work well with my mat, but I think it will. So I'm going to look at that, and then I have this piece. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. What I might still change, maybe not. See, I'm thinking about changing the copper clay one with the Knight of Navy because of the copper clay in there. Let's just check to see if we like that better. Let's say move that one out. Let's see. This is just in time for Father's Day. And your father doesn't have to have been a World War II ace in order to appreciate a card with these vintage airplanes. Okay. Let's see. Well, I do like that. I think I like that better. What do you think? Hello, Letha. Nice to have you here. You know, Letha, I've always wanted to tell you that the beautiful plant that you gave for my father when he died is still alive and well and thriving in my mother's kitchen. So thank you. Every time I see that plant, I think of you. And every time my mother sees it, she remembers that I met you at my retreat in Tennessee. So our Stampin' world is just amazing. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you like it with the brown strip on this side and the blue one over here, or do you think I should move it back? Okay. I'm going to move it back because I'm not sure. And then we're going to get going on this. So don't forget to play along this week, and don't forget to nominate someone for this card. All right, let's see. You know what? I'm going to leave it like this. All right. Didn't even, yes, you can definitely use scraps for this, Letha. And that's the nice thing about it. It really helps you use up your paper because it's so nice. You want to use every little bit. So I start with doing the ones on both ends. So a little bit, a bead of this glue. You don't want to add too much because you don't want it to ooze. And then you just, sets the tone for the card. Kind of keep your margins even, top, bottom, and side. Then we're going to do the green one. It's really nice. Another one of the reasons I like the Memories and More cards is that you can you cut your 12 by 12 paper in half at 6 inches, and then it's the perfect length for these cards. So it's useful, practical, no waste. Okay, so now I could do the middle one if you can eyeball that. You could also lay it on your grid paper, but I find that, you know what, the more you make cards, the better your eye gets at seeing. See, does not look pretty good? I'm impressed. Sometimes I compliment myself, you know. Sometimes you just have to do that. You need to be kind to yourself. We are so quick to tell ourselves, you know, like when I make a mistake, I scold myself. So when you do something good, you should also compliment yourself and say, you know what, you did a really good job. That looks amazing. It's kind of funny, isn't it? I'm sure most of us do talk to ourselves. All right, I'm just sliding this so that it's kind of even. That's close enough. You know, the circle's going to be over top of it as well. So, but what do you guys think about the card sketches in the catalog? Do you think it's a great idea? You like it better back? Oh, I'm not sure I know what you mean, but tell me again. Better back. Oh, the way when I went to back the way it was? I hope so too. Besides, now it's too late. Now I've committed. But I'm looking forward to what you guys make with this. Um, yeah. I have been working in the garden. This is the first time that I have a garden in the Netherlands because when we were in Gerard's old house, I knew we were going to be moving away. So I was still gone a lot more. So I didn't want to invest in making a garden there because I knew we were going to move. So that's how it looks on the card. See, isn't that great? So for the sketch, you don't have to do 3 strips. You can do as many as you like. It's just interpreted loosely as to you need strips and you need a focal point. And but it's really, I find it really nice. It really jumpstarts your creativity when you have something, a base, an idea that you know that you have to stick to. So there. And now I'm going to build my circle. So I've already stamped the trees on there. And now I'm going to put this. This is going to cover up a little bit my design, but that's okay. So I'm going to put a tiny little bead of glue. You love the sketches, Letha? Yeah. Don't forget to share my videos. That really helps. You know, it's just like small businesses in real life. This is real life, of course, but online. It really helps when you guys share. Oh shoot, look at that. I put too much on. It wasn't coming out. Oh goodness gracious. And you know what? I'm doing it right on my nice background too. I'm really messing up. There. Fingers clean up everything. Okay. Here we go. And actually I need to move it a little bit. I want that gap to be near the bottom because I'm going to cover it up with some twigs. Okay. There we go. There. And you know what? If you get some glue on your hands, oh, you like the way I'm doing it. Thanks, Betty. That's good. All right. So now we have these trees as well. These are dies that go with the encircled in nature. And they just, it's kind of nice because at first I thought, oh, the trees are square and I have a circle and how is that going to work? But it does add a nice, the stamp trees kind of form a backdrop. And then there's these ones as well. So I don't know if I'm going to put them on there. And then I thought to cover up the gap, we have these guys. See? That twig. And I have another one. And then I've been playing with this. So here we have the greenery. And then I stamped the happy birthday from Adventurous Sky. I die cut it with the die from Stylish Shapes dies. Do I have them here? Stylish Shapes dies are missing. Oh no, they're not. I cleaned up my stamp room because we had a party last night, like for people who helped Gerard in the greenhouse, and then they didn't even come inside. So it's just for my own benefit. But here are the Stylish Shapes dies in case you're not familiar with them. I suppose I could have used the circle from that too, but I'm glad I used the encircled in nature because it made me use the other things in there. So I thought I would, well, let's wait a minute. Oh, I hope I can find it. I fussy cut an airplane. Okay, I'm hoping I did not lose it in the middle of all my, oh, I think I might have. Oh, don't you hate that? I cleaned up my desk. And oh, I found it. It's on the floor. So this is the little airplane that I'm going to pop up, and I popped it up I cut it out of this paper, and then I thought I would put this happy birthday in here. And then I'm still debating whether or not I want to use the sun, the moon, and the stars in the background. So what we're going to do is Jackie's going to focus. We're going to pop this baby up with some dimensionals. And are you thinking who's going to get this card? I hope so. And it doesn't have to be happy birthday. In fact, I shouldn't make it happy birthday. Okay, we're not going to make it happy. Well, we could make it happy birthday. Someone nice to have a happy birthday card. But if you have a suggestion for not a happy birthday card, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. And then, let's see. We're not going to make that mess again with the glue. We're going to use the dauber trick. So, oh, that's not good. Well, you might have to use the finger trick. I keep a dauber in a little bag, but this is my white craft dauber. I keep one for glue as well, but I'm not seeing it right away. No, 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 no. So then what I do, I saw someone do this. Someone on YouTube has a YouTube channel, and this is what she does. And I thought, oh my goodness, how can she do this? So she does this. Really, truly. She goes like this. And I thought, okay, we can do this. So now I'm going to use a clean finger to pat this down there. And now the branches. See, the branches go like this and like this. So I was going to turn it upside down to make it go the other way because I don't think I want this going over top of my trees. I want it covering up my gap. See? I don't think that, well, maybe that does look nice. Okay, we're going to turn this one around and we're going to tap on some glue. And then the trick is to pick it up with your non-glue finger. There. And then I have to decide, you know what? I think I will put this on like that. There. And non-glue finger. And then what you do to get rid of the glue, you just rub your hands together and it just comes up. Hello, Mimi from Wichita, Kansas. Nice to see you here. You've been here before. I recognize the name. Welcome back. And now I have this little guy. And I think I'm going to do that too. And you know what I'm going to do with him? I'm just going to go like this and press it into my leftover glue. And here we go. Press, done. Okay, I can move this out of the way. And now we have to decide about the moon and the stars. I think I'm going to do it. I didn't even give you guys a chance to vote, to chime in. So here's the moon and the stars. And, oh, turn them the other way around, Jackie. Flat side up. Then you can pick them up on your block. Make sure there's no hair or anything else stuck to it. And then I need a blue. I want a blue. You could probably hear the noise. I'm just rolling back with my office chair. So I'm using Misty Moonlight. And to open these ink pads, they open up just like a compact. So up and then slide in. Now, tap, tap, tap. If you're using a paper pumpkin block or these are skinnier, you have to be really careful when you dip it in the ink that you don't get your thumb into the ink pad. Now what I'm going to do is on the flap of the envelope, I'm going to stamp like so. And then I'm going to have a stamped off image here. And I should have done this before I popped it up with glue dots, okay? But I didn't. And it's okay. Look at that. Now we're going to take some mini dimensionals and we're going to put them on. And have you guys seen that there is a new special for June? I have not even read about it. I've only heard about it from other demonstrators, but apparently there's a 10% discount on dies and on the die cutting machine. So what I would suggest is that you ask some of your friends if they also want to make a Stampin' Up! Purchase, and then I will give you a host code, and then you guys will get your own host rewards, okay? Here is the plane. I've got 2 little dimensionals on it. Anyway, message me if you, here, he's making a dangerous night flight. And then the happy birthday is going to go right here. So what I'm doing with this card is I'm keeping all the stuff near the bottom, okay? And that way the focus is also on the pretty picture. Now let's just take a look and see if we have something else. There's also an Encircle the Nature we've got here for you, and we've got a huge thank you. Now, if you're like me, you're thinking, oh my goodness, these words are so small. Well, guess what? Look at the bottom of the thing, and it says images at 75%, which means that the words are a lot bigger than you think. So let's have a look and see what they are. Oh goodness, we have a problem, Houston. Oh, here they are. I'm thinking I've got one stamp in here. Where are the rest? They're still sitting here. Okay, that's okay, Jackie. So let's have a look. Here is a huge thank you. We'll just stamp them both and then we can decide. And then here is here for you. Okay, let's hope I have a scrap of white. I do. Part of it is a little bit soft. I'm thinking what happened, but I think I put something wet on it. So let's have a look. Is this big enough? It is if I go like that. Okay, so here for you. And I'm gonna move some more things out of the way. It's amazing how cluttered things can get. So here's here for you. See, and now it's a nice size. Let me zoom in and you can see. Oh, Jackie. Different window, zoom in. See? And it's a beautiful font. So I like that. And now we're going to do the other one. And I think that it might be too long for my block. Okay, again, if it's too long, just turn your block sideways a bit. Still no good. Oh, goodness. Okay, Jackie, you need a bigger block. Here we go. I had some stamps already on blocks to get ready for another video for my, I have to do a global monthly video hop for Wednesday. And it's a technique one. And I have this really cool card all ready to go. So I hope you join me there too. Okay, so I have it on the block. These skinny little ones are a little tricky to pick up on your block. Okay, so don't give up. You can do it. Now I'm going to put this one really close. Well, maybe not. There we go. So what I do with this one, I will pop that one through like that, or it doesn't have to be complicated. If you're just starting and you don't have all these tools, just use your scissors like so, and then just trim along. Now, when your scissors have longer blades, it's easier to cut straight, but there, a huge thank you. Or the here for you, you're going to do it this way. You don't have to. You can also cut it straight if you don't like this fussy cutting. You just kind of go around. Oh, it would help if I was in camera. You just go around like so. And you turn your cardstock as you cut. And then you don't have to worry about turning your scissors. See? Turn the cardstock, and away we go. So you only turn the cardstock when you need to go around a corner. See? Turn, 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 turn. I think that there's a rock song that's called, goes like that. Turn, turn, turn. I don't sing. I mean, I do sing, but not publicly. Except in church when there's all kinds of people singing. And then usually there's an organ or some band playing loudly, and then I get drowned out. So then I could sing heartily. Okay, so let's take a look which one we like the best. Okay, I'll zoom out again. All right. And I'm going to close my ink pad before my hands get in it. And now let's take a peek. Let's bring the card back in. So here's the card. So we could do happy birthday. Okay, that looks nice. And I will pop it up, okay? And I just want to take a peek, see if anyone's still. Hi, Shelly. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Annie. Hello, Annie uit Zeeland. Wat leuk. And Jenna from Newport, Oregon. So nice to have you guys here. Okay, so now we see the happy birthday, and I think it looks really nice. I love the stitched look in with, here, I'm going to lift it up a little bit. See, the stitched really adds to the circle. So that's the one. Then we've got the here for you, which I also like. Look at that. It almost gives, you know, it gives me the idea that, you know, I would do anything to be here with you. I'd even get on this little wonky plane. Okay, that's what makes me think of. And then here, a huge thank you. You know, I think sometimes we often ask guys to help us do things that we can't do ourselves, or that we have trouble with heavy things, or who knows what. And I think sometimes we forget that they could really appreciate a card. So I'm going to wait with putting something on here depending on who gets the nomination, and then they can tell me whether it should be a huge thank you here for you or happy birthday. I hope, thanks, Ruth. I love this card too. And I hope that you really enjoyed this sketch challenge. There's the other one. I will be posting this also on YouTube, and I have a huge favor to ask from you. Ever since I went back to Canada for my mom's birthday, and then I had to go. I was blessed enough to be able to go to Mexico. My viewership, my numbers are way down on YouTube. So I would love it if you guys would head on over to YouTube and give me a like, give me a follow, share on Pinterest, and help me get those numbers back up. That would just make my day. So anyway, I will publish also about the deal for this month. So if you want to save your 10% on dies and on the die cutting machines, this is your month, okay? And I will give you a host code if you want to use that with some of your friends so that you can get host benefits as well. And I'm always trying to give you the most value for your money. And I also will give you a free PDF tutorial as a thank you, at least one, maybe two. Okay, maybe even three, depending how recently you've ordered and how many I have that are fresh off the press. All right, it's been great to stamp with you. It makes my heart sing. And remember, together we can change the world one card at a time. Have a super day. Bye. Oh, I have to, usually I can just hit the button on my minicam, but now I have to go back to Facebook and end the live video. So I think, have I seen everyone?